All right, we're going to break down really quick what we're seeing across the board with a lot of our small business owners and entrepreneurs and how they're struggling with their money. So, if you're a business owner, in particular, if you run an online business, if you're an agency owner, this is going to be super applicable to you. Honestly, it's going to probably apply to any small business owner that watches this. But we want to break this down really quick in under 5 minutes or less of what we're seeing as the three core reasons why we're seeing people, business owners, really lack in their business finances. So let's get into this. I've got my digital whiteboard here, and we're going to dive in. And let me just grab a color here. And the first one by far is prior belief systems. And I'm sure you didn't hop on here thinking, oh man, I'm hoping I'm going to hear some mindset stuff. But I'm telling you, this is one of the biggest ones that we see. So what does this look like really? Like, what are prior belief systems? Well, people who make money, this is true, even if you're a business owner, like people who make money equals bad / like greedy. We still see this. We see people self-sabotaging every single day in their business because they believe that making money, they have this old belief that making money is somehow bad, it's greedy, that they met people in their life that they must have, people that who are successful maybe had to cheat their way into it. Hopefully this is not you, although I will say we see this in the vast majority of clients we work with. There's some level of this. So like one thing might be that they believe that making money is going to, it signifies that they are a bad person, they're greedy, or other people will look at them differently. And I think that goes into something else, which is success might lead to, right? Success could lead to, I'm not gonna say it equals, but it could lead to loss of friends and identity. So this is a big one. Like we see this all the time, which is, hey, I'm now making more money than I've ever made in terms of revenue. And I feel like some of my friends don't associate very well with me anymore because I've outgrown them financially, and or they're looking at me for help, and my role has changed. I'm no longer just Will. I'm Will, the guy who has money that people can ask for help from. This can really be a big thing that we've seen. So past stuff. There are a whole host of other ones we could dive into the different, that might be a different video for a whole different way, which are prior belief systems, like the entire list of things that we see going on. But these are two of the bigger ones that keep coming up. And so this is sort of like the core foundation. If we can't start to work on this, the rest isn't going to matter that much. But let's assume that you start to make some progress on these. If you need help with these, just reach out to us. This is the stuff we deal with every single day, helping people overcome their financial insecurities and system faults. And so we're going to go into that. So what's number two? So after prior belief systems, the second most common thing we see is lack of knowledge. And I'm also going to put fear of uncertainty. Hopefully you can read all of this. Uncertainty. There we go. Terrible handwriting. We got it. So lack of knowledge or fear of uncertainty. So what does this look like? Well, one of the things that we see is literally just, I don't know how to track my business finances. So like we're just going to put an X through this, like tracking. Don't know how to track their finances. Like literally don't know how to put a P&L sheet together. They don't know how to have an Excel sheet pulled up that's just tracking revenue, that's tracking all of their expenses. They don't realize, how much they need to be saving for taxes. So that might be another thing, right? They're just not even aware of tax breakdowns. Like how much am I supposed to be paying on taxes, right? So that's something that we see. Or they've heard stuff, but they're uncertain. And so this plays in, uncertainty creeps in here of like, well, I've heard I'm supposed to save like 20% or 50%. 50%, but like 20%, 25%. I don't really know. So I don't look into that much. I just hope that somebody else can do this, right? Or another thing is they just rely and they don't know. They outsource everything to an accountant. So either one, they don't have an accountant, which is something we see, and we recommend that you have an accountant, that every business has an accountant. But two, they're relying on the accountant to tell them everything that they should be doing in their business. And why we don't encourage that thinking is an accountant, while some are their own business owners, many of them don't run a business and they can't tell you how to project for your business. They can tell you what's been happening in your business. They can tell you what has gone. They can help you interpret what has happened up to this point, but they're not going to be able to help you project into the future of what you need to be doing for your business. Or they're uncertain of, how do I hire an accountant, right? So lack of knowledge, fear of uncertainty, these are huge, 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 huge things that are keeping small business owners from moving forward. And again, this could be its own video on just like all the different things that we see our business owners really struggling with their lack of knowledge. And this brings us to number three. The third thing that we see small business owners, especially online business owners, what they're struggling with in their financial repertoire is one, how should we put this? We'll just put absence of systems. And I'm going to put this in discipline. This is a huge one, right? We have people that we work with who they can pull up. They have the spreadsheets for their P&L. They have their spreadsheets for their projections, and none of it's filled in, or it was filled in for January, February, March, and then it's done. There's nothing from April to now on, right? And this is strictly down to, if I can figure this out, strictly down to discipline, 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 right? This is by far one of the biggest things that I see that we come in and we help people with. A lot of times people, they figured out some good money beliefs. They're okay with making money. They can make revenue. Two, they figured out some stuff, like they have stuff in place. They have the ability to track stuff. They have an accountant. They don't have the discipline to look at it every single week or every single month at the worst, of going in and knowing what's going on with their numbers. On the other side of that is just a total absence of systems, meaning you might have a tracking sheet, right? You might have the knowledge of, I know I need to track this. I know I need a P&L sheet. I don't have a system for how I go about and do this, right? So for Alex and I, at the beginning of every month, we go in and we have a system, a checklist of what we have to check every single month in our business, and really weekly. But for the sake of this, every month we go through the whole checklist of everything. Weekly, we do smaller chunks of the checklist every single week, and looking at, okay, how much do I set aside into my different bank accounts, right? How much is going to go into owner payout? How much is going to go into expenses to make sure that we're still at 3 months of reserves, right? Which goes into another system. How do you plan out for how much to put into your reserve tank, like your salary reserves or your business expenses reserve? So these come out to be the 3 core pillars that we're seeing as reasons why people are struggling financially. And I read a crazy stat recently, and hopefully this is not you, but if it is, there's a decent chance, just statistically, this is not you. This is from the local, or not local, this is from the Chamber of Commerce organization, the bigger organization. I'm used to the local one, but the bigger organization, Chamber of Commerce. Here's a crazy statistic that I read that came out in the last few years, which is that only 40, if I can get this to work, only 40% are turning a profit. Only 40% of businesses, especially small businesses in particular, are turning a profit. That means that 60% are either breaking even or losing money. And for us, it's unacceptable. You're building your business to be able to serve, yes, other people, serve your clients, your customers, but ultimately as well to serve yourself so you can have the life that you want. And so if this is something that you're struggling with, you need help with this, right? So a lot of emotions can come into this. This can be denial. This can be anger when it comes to our belief systems. This can be fear, shame, guilt, right? Lack of knowledge. There's a sense of, shame that I haven't figured this stuff out yet. And then the absence of systems and discipline, right, brings up the emotions of feeling inadequate. And even though we know there's something there that we need to do. And so if that's what you need help with, this is what we do inside of the CEO Finance Academy. So for us, we do the, see if I can write this down. So CEO Finance Academy. If I can write this down. This is for entrepreneurs, business owners who are on the path of growth, that are probably growing faster than they know what to do with in terms of money-wise. And so what we do is we work with you over 3 months, one-on-one coaching, financial coaching. It is an investment of 5K, so $5,000. And what we do in that is we're going to look for tax optimization. So part of what we do, depending on where you're at in your growth phase, we're going to ideally be able to save you $5,000 or more on your taxes within the first month of working together to figure out where we can get that for you, right? The second thing is going to be systems installed. So we're literally going to go in and install our financial systems into your business. Meaning we're going to give you our templates, the things that we use, and our process and our tracking tools that we use to be able to go in and do that. The next thing that we do in this process is profit projecting, meaning we work with a lot of people that are selling products and services that when we break it down for them are actually not profitable, meaning they're putting in all this work to prospect, to get people on sales calls, to sell them, only for their offer to not be profitable, or they don't understand just how profitable it is or is not to be selling that particular product or service. And then the last thing that we do is we connect you with our network in terms of accountants and bookkeepers. So we see a lot of people struggling with the discipline side. And one way to offset that is having a bookkeeper and accountant be able to help us keep the discipline side in order. And then we're going to coach you through how do you make CEO level decisions. So the whole thing of CEO Finance Academy is turning you from a small business owner that's like going crazy, feeling like you're looking at the next day, to how do you become the CEO of your business so you can start looking at things in a bigger picture and be able to make decisions. So if that's what you're interested, if you're interested in that, just go to www.ceofinanceacademy.com. /academy, and you'll see more in depth of everything that we do, and you can book a call and we'll chat and see if we're a fit for you, see if we'd be a fit for you to help you hit your financial goals for 2022. Awesome. Hope this helps. If you have any of these questions, shoot me a message or hit us up on ceofinanceacademy.com /academy.